You did it.
I really don't like how I have to go all the way to the den. All the way to the back. To the kitchen. And then into the kitchen and back.
Oh, your life is tough.
Voila! Daddy.
What am I looking at? Oh, thanks.
Yay. Mommy, the dragon face and the dragon. Making steps. So you don't want to go to the den and to the kitchen, then kitchen, then kitchen, then kitchen, I like the we have milk? Oh, it's all the way back there. Hey, can you get the milk? That's not that heavy.
Good morning.
Hey, guys, don't fight. I'm fine. I got some paint from the paintbrush yesterday there. That's why I scraped it out.
Morning, Dylan.
How are you today, Matt?
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
Good, good. Just doing our family morning routine here.
Fine.
There may be a child running through in his underoos. Don't be shocked.
Yesterday I needed to schedule an appointment for tomorrow, so this will be another 2-week move, read, meditate week, or 2-day move, read, meditate.
2-day week. Yeah, that's no problem. That's no problem. Yeah, whatever you got to do. We're all juggling, so I appreciate it.
Totally. I'm probably gonna get started in just a minute here, though.
Is Jane here, or is it just us right now?
Yeah.
Just us.
Morning today?
Well, I'm gonna be doing the morning routine with my kiddos here, and then I got to start power washing over at the gym, so I'm gonna head over there. But yeah, I know, right? Fun day. So yeah, if Jane hops in, she does. If not, we'll do it for the grams.
Cool. Awesome, man. Well, have a great day. Enjoy seeing how nice that looks after you're done.
Thanks. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'll do some before afters.
Definitely do. For those of you that are catching this on recording, let's go ahead and get started. Find some space, and we're going to begin with our standing flow. So remember, begin this standing flow by grounding deep into the floor, really feeling some heaviness in your feet, and then stack your ears over your shoulders over your hips, hips over knees, and knees over ankles. I often like to close my eyes when I'm doing this to really feel that center place. Start to anchor your feet into the ground even more by firing up through the legs, and feel that energy rise from your toes to your calves, to your quads and your hamstrings, up into the glutes. Then feel it rise into the core as you start to brace the core. Take a decompression breath in, a nice 3-part breath from the stomach, the chest, and then all the way up into the clavicles. And then hold that space in the chest and squeeze the core on the exhale. Next inhale, hands are going to come up. Exhale, curl the fingertips in. Let those shoulder blades sink down into the back pockets, even though our shoulders are lifted, and start those forward shoulder circles. Remember to stay grounded. Keep those glutes firing. Keep the core braced. We're doing proximal stability, meaning the center part of your body is nice and stable so that we can have distal mobility, meaning the outer parts of your body, so your joints, your shoulders, your wrists, your elbows can be mobile. The better way to get mobility is to have your mobilizing joints anchored in on a stable foundation. Let your thumbs start to approximate together, continuing these forward shoulder circles. As the thumbs get to the middle, reverse the circle and bring the hands back out. And as the hands get to the outside, go ahead and flip that so the palms are facing up. Spread the fingertips away from the elbow pits. Reach those elbows away from the armpits and decompress that shoulder joint. How wide can you reach your fingers? Again, another deep breath and squeeze the core. Now squeeze those thumbs back behind you by pulling your shoulder blades together. Take a deep breath here. Open that front chest. Excellent. Let it go. Forward shoulder circles again while maintaining that spread. Should have a good burn in your shoulders at this point. Let the hands start to drift overhead. And as they drift overhead, remember to brace that core even more, not allowing your lumbar spine to collapse. Reverse that circle at the top. And let the hands start to drift back down. All the way down, back to our sides. We're going to work on some shoulder and scapular mobility today as well. So go ahead and shake that out a little bit. Outsides of the hands are going to be on the outsides of your thighs, thumbs pointed back. We're going to inhale and go forward and up. Exhale and go backward and down, moving more than just your shoulders, but also that shoulder blades. Can you flare the shoulder blades and then squeeze them together with the rhomboids? It is a coordinated motion, and so it might feel a little funny the first couple times you do this, but just go nice and slow, follow your breath. And now we're going to reverse the circle. So going forward now, inhale as we go back and up. Exhale as we come forward and down. Last one. Go ahead and spread those feet apart just a little bit. Toes will be pointed slightly in. The outsides of your feet are going to be parallel. Get your knees a little bit soft and have your shins perpendicular with the floor. From here, we're going to start our hip hinge. So keeping your spine in a neutral position, keeping that chin pulled back and the chest opened up. We're going to push our hips back, allowing our chest to hinge forward and down. Right when you feel it engage the back of the hamstrings, go ahead and take a deep breath in and let the hands come to the chest level. You'll notice as the hands come to the chest level, the hips sway backwards a little bit more. That's that counterbalance. Lean into that. Take a deep breath in and reach a little bit further in front of you. Exhale and sit a little deeper. Tabletop your spine. Every inhale further forward, every exhale a little deeper. Keeping an integrity with this motion. If your spine starts to curve, you've gone far enough. Come back to where your spine can stay neutral and just feel that deep stretch in your posterior chain. Let the hands come down. We're going to take one more breath here. And on the exhale, come on up. I'm going to turn to the side. Left foot is forward, right leg is back. And feel an equal amount of weight into both legs. This isn't like a runner's lunge where we have a ton of weight on our front leg and there's not much on the back. But this is a small lunge where we have an equal amount of weight in both feet. Your left foot is pointed slightly in. Your right foot is pointed toward, your right toes are pointed towards your left heel. We're going to stabilize our pelvis pointed forward. Squeeze your feet together. There you go. Now you're activated. Take a nice deep breath in. Hands come overhead. Link those fingers together overhead and hook them on an imaginary hook over top. On every inhale, we're going to extend up. And on the exhale, we're going to drive our heel into the ground. Another inhale, go up. Drive it down. As you drive that heel down, try to leave your hands lifted where you hook onto that imaginary hook and elongate the body. Excellent way to decompress the hips. We're going to do one more. Drop the hands down, step through. Whew. Rotating the opposite way. Right foot is forward, left foot is back. Remember that right foot's pointed in, and the left toes are pointed towards the right heel. Anchor the pelvis pointed forward. Squeeze the feet together. Nice and tall, open the chest. Inhale, hands come overhead. Exhale, brace those scapulas down. Inhale, lift up and get tall. Exhale, elongate and push that heel to the ground. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, drive it down. Two more. Drop the hands down, step through. Excellent. We're going to do some some extensions and forward folds. So go ahead and lift. Inhale, reach and extend. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come back to neutral. And for this forward fold, we're going to fold forward, bending every single joint in the spine, one joint at a time. So start with your head, looking down, curl it into your neck, and then into your upper back, going nice and slow. Let the arms fall forward. Now we're into the mid-back, moving into that lumbar spine, keeping everything nice and curled. You'll feel a deep, different stretch here. And then as you get down, if you can, grab the back of your calves or the backs of your ankles and start to pull your torso down towards your thighs. You can have a slight bend in your knees here. Seeing how low you can get your head. Excellent. And then release that and slowly come up, uncoiling from the bottom of the spine first. Now into the mid-back, shoulders, neck, head, and come all the way into extension and open up that front body as far as you can. Very good. Come back to neutral, deep breath in. Hands come together in front of you. Anchor those scapulas behind you. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see that I'm not forward here. I'm lifted. My shoulders are pulled back and my chest is open. I'm putting about 5 pounds of pressure into my fingertips and taking a deep breath here. Exhale, let it go. Next inhale, open to the right. Elbows the farthest point back. Exhale and feel this shoulder joint open up even more. You can wiggle that elbow around. We're not opening the arm just yet though. Next inhale, open the arm. Follow it with the head and get a full opening stretch. Exhale, reach a little further. Inhale, pull it back down like your hands moving through mud. Exhale, squeeze the fingers together. Anchor the shoulder blades down. Inhale, open to the left. Elbows the furthest point back. Exhale, feel that joint open. Inhale, open the hand. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, close that back down. Slow and controlled. Moving through imaginary mud. Squeeze the hands together. Anchor the shoulder blades back. Very good. Let the hands come down. Hands are going to come back up overhead. Clasp the fingers together. And let's roll our shoulders on our thoracic cage. Feel how the shoulders articulate with the neck joint. Feel how big of a circle you can paint with your hands around your head. How big of a halo can you paint? Reverse the circle. Ooh. AC joint just popped like something real. Now initiate the motion in your thoracic cage. More spinal mobility here. Ooh. And reverse that direction. Hands come down to the hips. Do some neck mobility. Look back into extension. Down into flexions. Extension. Flexions. Back to neutral. Lateral bend to the right. Neutral. Left. Neutral. Back to the right. And to the left. Rotate to the right. And center. Rotate left. Center. Rotate right. Center. And left. Center. Free form, find what feels sticky. Breathe into it. Move into it. Maybe see if you need to move your shoulders as you move your neck. Or the jaw. There are muscles interrelated between the mobility of the neck and the jaw. Excellent. Back down to the spine. We're going to rotate the hips out. And reverse the direction. Now pull your feet together. Focus on those outer joints in your hips. Ball and socket joints, so we're rolling the hips out a bit more here. Here you can also feel how the pelvis moves on your L5 as you rock the hips. Reverse the direction. Excellent. Relax the hips and come down to the knees. Getting some good proprioceptive information into the knees and ankles. Getting as much dorsiflexion or bend in the ankles as possible when you do this. And reverse the direction. Awesome. Let's move into our single leg hip hinge. We'll start with the right leg today, so stack your weight into the right foot. Focus on something in front of you. And first, just bring the leg off the ground to make sure you've got good balance. Left leg's coming up. From there, left leg comes to a 90-90 position and rotate the ankle. Rotate the opposite way. Close the hip down. Open it up. Close the hip down. Open it up. Back to neutral. Single leg hip hinge. Slow, controlled, good and strong. Toes are curled up towards your nose. Heel is the furthest thing behind you. Fire through the quad. Straighten the leg. Bend the knee. Reach for the sky. Awesome. Straighten that leg again. And we're coming back up. Foot's going to pass the ground. Knee is coming all the way to the chest. Excellent. Drop that left foot back to the floor. Slow and controlled for all these motions. Stack your weight into your left foot. Lift that right foot slightly off the ground. Find your balance. Excellent. Bring that right foot to a 90-90 position and rotate the ankle. Rotate the opposite way. Close the hip down. Open it up. Close it down, open it up, back to neutral, slow and controlled, heel comes behind you, fire through that quad, hands meet the floor, straighten the leg before bending the knee, push that foot all the way to the ceiling, open up that right side of your body, nice big stretch, look under the armpit, excellent, straighten the leg again, and bring the torso up as the foot comes down, past the floor, knee to chest. Open the chest. Excellent. Foot comes back to the ground, and that's our standing flow. Let's move to the floor. Get a little bit of a floor routine in today. Today I want to primarily focus on some mobility and some stretching in the hips. So we're going to start in the seated position. Hands are pulled back, pointed away from you in a 45-degree angle. I'll actually turn this way. Pointed back in a 45-degree angle. You want to brace the core, open the chest up, get the spine in a neutral position, and then from here we're going to hover the glutes right off the floor. Take a big decompression breath in here, starting with the stomach. Brace the core on the exhale, keep the chest open. Right foot's coming up on top of the left knee, and we're going to drop the glutes towards that left heel, opening the hips, stretching the piriformis, and opening the chest. Good, come back to neutral. Right foot goes down, left foot comes up. Lean into that heel. Back to neutral. And from here, a new movement. We're going to come up onto our toes, rock our knees forward, and open the chest as much as we can. We're stretching the quads, we're stretching the hips, we're stretching the chest, open the neck. Good, back to neutral. And go through that same flow again. Brace the core. Right foot comes up on top of the left knee. Sink into that left heel. Good. Right foot goes down, left foot on top of the right knee. Drop it down, sink into that heel. If you're not feeling a deep enough stretch, push your left ankle into the right knee, and you'll feel it activate a bit deeper. There you go. Coming back up, foot goes back onto the ground, and come onto the toes, lean forward, open the chest. Drive those knees down to the ground the best you can. Excellent, back to neutral. And then we're gonna drop all the way down onto our backs. Hands are going to come behind us, and we're going to go into a wheel. There's 3 progressions to the wheel. First progression is just lifting the hips up. Second progression is hips and then coming onto the top of the head. Third progression would be hips, top of the head, all the way up over the top. Do what feels appropriate for you. Just do it with intention. Do it with the best way, do it to the best of your ability, and get this deep front body opening stretch in for you. Curl those hands behind you. Elbows are next to your ears. And we're going to start with the wheel, whichever progression works best for you. Here we go. Hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Coming back down. Back to the hips now that we've got some of the front body open even more. I'm going to face you on this one. We've done this flow before. We're going to add a couple pieces to it though. So your feet are right in front of you. Knees are at about a 90-degree angle. We're going to let the knees fall over to the left side. Outsides of the legs are neutral. I want you to reposition your pelvis so that your hips are pointed towards your left knee. From here, we're going to drop our body over top of that left thigh. You're going to push your hips back and away, opening up the glutes on this left side. And feeling a deep stretch into that piriformis. Drop your chest down. Drop the hands away from you. If you're not feeling that deep stretch, you can lift the chest up, rotate to the left, drop it back down, and I guarantee you'll feel a deeper stretch there. If you want to aim the stretch for different fibers in the piriformis, you can move this left foot around, lifting it more up toward away from your knee, or pulling it back in closer towards your groin. You can also rotate the foot in and out, twisting the femur in that hip joint, which will give you a deeper stretch as well. We're gonna hold this for about 30 seconds. So just slowly breathing into it, allowing the glutes to open up, stretching the piriformis. Find some relaxation. And keep breathing into that stretch. 15 more seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come on the ground. Slowly push the torso back up. Knees come back up. We're going to the right side. Remember, first thing we want to do is to reposition the pelvis so that our torso is pointing towards the heel. Lift up the sit bones and actually pull them back away from the knee. That's how you get a deeper stretch here. And then let your torso come forward. Hands come in front of you, good and slow. And if you're not feeling that the depth of that stretch, lift up, twist your torso to the right, and then drop it back down. That will give you a much deeper stretch. The other modification would be to move that right foot to aim the stretch into the fibers that need it most. See what level of relaxation you can find in this position while you're still opening up that piriformis muscle. The people that I work with in practice, the piriformis is very often a tight muscle from all the sitting that we do in our culture and our society. It becomes shortened over time, and so opening it up with these big stretches, super helpful, super beneficial. Your low back will thank you. 10 more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come on the ground. Slowly push the torso up. Going back to neutral. And now we're going to go through our regular flow in this position. So knees fall to the left side. You can either push your body up or lift up with your core. Hands are going to touch in front of you, and we're going to sit back until we're loading that posterior chain. Open to the right. Close it down. Open left. Close it down. Inhale, lean left. Exhale, lean right. Hands come back in front of you. Sit down slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch on over to the right. Lift the body up. Drop the hips down. Inhale, open right. Exhale, close it down. Inhale, open left. Exhale, close that down. Inhale, lean left. Exhale, lean right. Good. Hands back in front of you and sit down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Let me take a quick time check. 8:30. Let's go ahead and move into breath work. Since I don't have anyone on live, we're going to do Wim Hof, 2 rounds of it. Yesterday, we introduced a new breath work with Matt and I. And maybe we'll get back into some of that next week. But for today, we are going to go back to our standard Wim Hof that we have been doing. I'm going to do it laid down today so that I can do a pineal gland squeeze after my hold. What we'll do is 33 full breaths in. A full breath is a 3-part breath. Starts in the belly, goes to the chest, rises up to the clavicle. The bigger you can make this breath, the more impactful you will make this breath work. Once you have your 3-part breath full, you're going to allow your chest to recoil and rebound and allow the air to flow straight out, not forcing it out. Once you get to empty, you're going to inhale in again. We'll do this 33 times. It's an active inhale and a passive exhale. On that 33rd breath, we will passively exhale all the air away and hold on empty for as long as we can. To try to keep us together, I'll cue at number 30 and number 33 so that we can all at least hold our breath at the same time. Try to follow the cadence similar to mine. We'll breathe a little bit faster in the first round and a little bit slower in that second round. We'll do 2 rounds total. And at the end, we will move directly into meditation. I'm going to change the music a bit. All right, so whether you're seated or laying, start to find that center place in your body. Start to find ease in your body. Relax your forehead, relax your cheeks, relax your neck and your chest. Feel the buzz that you feel in your shoulders and your hips. And just notice what you notice and acknowledge it. Allow your core to rest easy. Let go of those big leg muscles, the glutes, the thighs, the quads, the hamstrings. Relax your toes and your feet. And finally, what's often missed, relax the jaw. Teeth are slightly parted. Tongue is floated to the roof of your mouth. 33 breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Unless you're feeling a little stuffy. Here we go. That's 33 more. Final breath. As you finish your first round, return to a normal breath, calm and controlled. Reset for another 10 seconds before beginning our second round. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin 33 breaths. Here we go. That's 30. Final breath. As you begin to return your breath to normal, I want you to drift off into space. Allow that sensation of gravity to be lifted as you float into the cosmos. Feel the pressure relieve off of your spine. Feel the pressure relieve off of your chest. Feel the pressure relieve off of your skin. Let go of all the weight. And feel yourself deeply supported. As you sense life without gravity. It's a new state of relaxation that we can get to when we can remove gravity from the playing field. Can you feel your hands get lighter? Can you feel your chest expand larger as you breathe deeper? Can you feel that pressure be released? Just by teleporting to outer space with your mind's eye. You see, the power of the mind is that it actually does create our reality. Because our reality is only our perception to reality. Everyone has their own perception and perspective to the world they interact with. Everyone creates their own unique individual reality, and we cannot get inside each other's heads to fully embody and feel what that reality feels like. What we can do is visualize a similar reality. We can visualize where we're going, and with our unique expressions from our unique experiences that have gotten us to this moment, we can all work in our own unique ways to manifesting that unified vision. It starts with knowing what you're capable of, and I promise you, you're more capable than what you think. It starts with acknowledging that just with your mind's eye and going off into outer space, you can feel your body get lighter. It's not a hallucination. It's not a mind game. It is the power of perception. So what if today, if you focused your perception to acknowledge that everything in life is happening for you, all the trials and the challenges are for you, all the triumphs and the victories are for you. All the people, places, experiences, and things in your life that we are taught to label as good or bad. It's all for you. See, nothing really is good or bad. That is merely the human perception. All simply is. And if you're interacting with it, it is for you. Coincidence is man's admission to not understanding that which he can't foresee. There is no coincidence. Everything in this universe is intelligently designed, and with intelligence there cannot be coincidence. And therefore, everything in your field is for you. And you have the power to choose how you interact with it, to choose your perception of what it means. You can choose friction or you can choose flow. You can choose to lean in or you can choose to avoid. But remember, as you make your choice, remember your power. Remember that with your mind's eye, you can remove the sensation of gravity. With your mind's eye, you can make your body physically feel lighter. With your mind's eye, you can transmute anything that you thought was happening to you to the understanding that it's happening for you. And when we realize that it's all happening for us, oh, how grateful we can become. See, gratitude, anger, love, fear, they're all frequencies. They're all wave states. States of energy. This is why when you're anxious or fearful, you feel on edge. The energy has a fluttery state to it. Your hands might even shake. You feel like you can't sit still. It's a high vibratory frequency. And when we're peaceful, when we're calm, when we're trusting, you feel your body begin to relax. You feel that wavelength start to slow. You feel the vibration in your cells begin to slow to a softer, more controlled, calmer frequency. So if everything is a frequency and everything is energy, then the beauty of the mind's eye is that we can tap into whichever frequency we choose. Problem is, due to social conditioning, when you don't choose, you are conditioned to tap into fear. You are conditioned to tap into anxiety. You are conditioned to tap into anger, high frequency states of angst and tension. But by returning to center, you can recognize that which serves you and that which does not. you can recognize the frequency state that makes you feel most connected. The frequency state of peace and love. Be here. Bask in the slower frequencies, the low tone vibration. Root deep into who you are. Source high above into who you are becoming. And live in the center place of the union of the two. Knowing that everything is a frequency, everything is energy, and everything is able to be tapped into by thought and thought alone. You are a powerful manifester. You are a powerful thinker. Guard your thoughts to thoughts that serve you and serve others. Step into your power and free your mind, your body, and your soul. Begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Take a deep conscious breath in, 3-part breath, stomach, chest, clavicle. And let it go. Thank you for joining me for another session of Move, Breathe, Meditate. I mentioned it in the beginning, but if you do catch this today, I will have to miss tomorrow. I apologize. I have an appointment at 8:45. I need to get to this appointment before I go out of town this weekend. But I will be back next Tuesday. And I believe next week will be a fun Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So have a great weekend. Stay connected to your power. I appreciate you. Love you. Take care.